People love stories about abandoned places and ghost towns, and Johnsonville, Connecticut certainly fits that bill. Back in the early 1800s, the Modius and Salmon Rivers provided an excellent place to build mills, and for decades, Johnsonville thrived as a New England mill town. In 1832, the Neptune Twine and Cord Company was established in Johnsonville. They provided twine to the burgeoning fishing industry in this country. It's quite a large building. It was a 3-story wood frame building with a really prominent bell tower on top. And it was later joined by the Triton Mill building, which was similarly sized, also in Johnsonville. The village's namesake, Emory Johnson, prospered, and he built a large mansion for his family in 1842. And 5 generations of his family lived in that house all the way up until 1970. Those 2 mill buildings that he built have both since burned, but many of the other buildings that he built during his era in that town remain to this day. Raymond Schmidt was a very successful American industrialist in Connecticut. He owned a company called the AOC Corporation, which was involved in the aerospace industry. And in the 1960s, he set out to build a museum in Connecticut to really celebrate the past, the Victorian past in New England. He began acquiring property from the Johnson family, and then he subsequently moved more than a dozen other buildings from around New England to the site to build this museum. As you can imagine, a man like Schmidt would be quite eccentric, and in 1994 he got into a battle with town officials. He closed the property to the public. He then died in 1998. His heirs had absolutely no idea what to do with the property. It sat around, and in 2001 a developer bought it. They were not able to get their plans for a housing development off the ground, and in 2017 the Filipino church, some think is a cult, bought the property. It's unclear what they intend to do with it. They say they're going to restore it, and they are maintaining the grounds. They're mowing the grass, and they've covered it with no trespassing signs. So if you do visit, there's really not a lot to see there today. So Schmidt's plans for Johnsonville reminded me just a little bit of what Henry Ford intended to do with his Wayside Inn property in Sudbury, Mass. I made a separate video on that, which you can check out. I welcome comments. I welcome new subscribers. I make regular videos, and I'll see you again in a new video real soon. Thank you, take care, and bye-bye.